Hi, good morning. I know I posted yesterday, and I just noticed every time I say good morning, I go, I'm going to try to stop doing that. I've noticed also that I have some very lazy habits with my speech that were not there before. I used to be much more aware of not being so lazy, and it's so easy to do here in Texas and in Central Texas where I am, because a lot of us are lazy with our speech. So that is the thing that I am working more on in my everyday speech. Okay, so today I am right now waiting to go to see the orthopedic surgeon about my knee, which I know my hip has a lot to do with it. My hip hurts, and the reason my hip hurts is because my leg is shorter than the other one. Now, there's two reasons my leg is shorter. One is because that hip needs to be adjusted by the chiropractor. That whole side needs to be adjusted to pull it out. But then also we found out even when they pull it out, one of the legs, that left leg, is shorter than the right leg for real, to the point to where I need to see the podiatrist to see what we can do, or to figure out what we can do to fix that. So I have two different issues with why this left leg is shorter than the other one. So we're going to figure that out. But the knee is hurting, and my knee has always hurt. But I had I had an injury. I'm running track. And so since then, and that was in junior high, and we didn't have a lot of money. My mom was a single mom. My dad didn't pay child support, and we weren't on government, help. I mean, we didn't get government subsidies, or I guess that's what they're called, and we weren't on any kind of help. So we just didn't have the money for things. So I never got my knee looked at until I was in my 20s when I got married, and we had really good insurance. But I was having babies, so I never even worried about it. But now, after chemo and radiation, that knee really hurts. And I don't know if the hip is causing the knee to hurt also, or the leg being shorter than the other one is causing it. I know that it all works together. So we're going to try to figure that out and what we're going to do today. But the reason I'm posting this morning is because I was thinking about when I would pray and I would worship God in church, and a lot of the songs that we would sing, like there's this one song that says, "You bring light, love. You bring something. You are love. You bring light to the darkness." I mean, it talks about you restore every heart that is broken. When I used to sing that song, I'd finished chemo. I was believing God for strength to continue working my job, my career job, and even doing the weddings. And I was speaking from that standpoint. But God had other plans. Now, what amazes me is how I was wise enough to ask the Lord about the cancer journey. Was it going to be a miracle, or did I have to walk through it? And so I was prepared when he said, "I need you to walk through it." But I wasn't prepared for as long as he said. But so I thought that I was going to be fine after a year or so, maybe 2 years. Never realized that it would be this many years with more diagnoses. And you all, it's kind of good that some of these things popped up, because we would have never found the heart defect. And we would have never found some other things that were going on in the body. And, and I never had time to think about it, because I had, in my 20s, I was having babies, and I had high-risk pregnancies, and I had other things going on. And then in my 30s, I had just severe pain, and I was raising kids, and I'd gone through a divorce. So I didn't have time to slow down. I would just take really good supplements to help me continue. It wasn't really healing anything. I thought I was. All I was doing was masking or just giving me what I needed to get through. And it wasn't until the 40s, of course, that things really started to increase as far as pain. And then of course we found the cancer at 45. We found the not the lung. We found the blood situation with I had such low blood counts. And we also found the ovarian tumors. So once we fixed those, and I had to go through the treatments I went through and the surgeries, my 50s have been spent recovering and watching things watching me having to make decisions to let things go. Because I found out that there are decisions that can kill you. You can push your body past the point of what it is able to do, and you will die. So I have learned to walk in wisdom with that. But those songs that I sang back then, I sing today, and they mean something different. They mean that in the middle of the journey, in the middle of the pain, in the middle of all of the appointments and dealing with diagnoses and figuring out what to do with those and believing for healing for the added stuff as well, and not giving up, and in the middle of standing firm and continuing to do what is right and making good choices and wise choices to do what matters with the energy I have, and not giving up in that my life is not over just because it's not going the way that I want it to go. All of these things plus more. That's what those songs mean to me now, is that God is in the middle and He is sustaining me. He is helping me. And that's the way He is. He gives us encouragement so that we can make it. And He knows we can, or He would not allow us to go through it. And what we can't go through, He doesn't allow to linger, or He doesn't allow us to go through. And when we won't know all of the things that He's kept us from until we get to heaven. So that's what I was thinking about this morning as I was singing one of those songs again, and it just meant something different. And before, you all, when I was singing the songs, I was singing them to get me out, thinking that I could worship enough to get free from it. I was not at peace. I was anxious and irritable on the inside because I needed out. Well, now I realize that He makes everything beautiful in its time. The word says, don't get weary in doing what is right, for in due season you shall reap if you don't faint. There is a season of when all of this is going to end, and it might end immediately, where everything stops at the same time, or it might just trickle away. Or there might be more things for me to deal with. And some things may get fixed and no longer an issue, only for me to do with other things. And this is where I have had to continuously adjust my mindset to what God needs. What God needs me to do. There are things He sees I don't see. And these all could be ways to save my life, or to give me a way to minister in the middle of all of this, to get into places. I really believe that I get to go into places other people don't get to go into. I mean, how many people do you know? Like, I'm going to the orthopedic surgery building. It is the Ted and Sue Getterman Sports and Orthopedic. There it is. And then right across from there is the Cancer Center. And then right across from there is the hospital. And right across from there is Building 1, where I spend a lot of my time. And then right across from there, there's another building that I go to. How many people do you know get to see that many people in different stages and situations? I do. And I get to show the light of God and to be that calm presence in the middle of their crises and in the middle of my own crisis. Anyway, And so that's all today. Just some thinkings. I will update probably later on today after the oncologist and this appointment, but the oncologist appointment is hours after this one. So I'll be doing other stuff, but I'll update and talk about what we talked about and how I am handling it. Well, you all have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and to share and to like this video.